So we're talking today with Sheriff Wendell Hall. And Sheriff, you're again a candidate for the Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office. Talk about your candidacy a little bit, but let's first talk about the job. Why is the position of sheriff important? Why should people care who gets into the office?
Oh, well, you know, the safety of your family, the safety of your homes, and just the quality of life that we have in Santa Rosa County. Good law enforcement and the lack of crime is what makes it so pleasant and makes us have such a great county. We can look around and we can see, in comparison to other counties very close by and the problems that they have, it's a very good example of how important it is to have very strong law enforcement, to stay on top of the different types of crimes. And you know, I've been in law enforcement for 31 years, and I've always said, and I've seen it from experience, the main reason for high crime is if you have drug problems. And I've always faced that issue head on. We've been very aggressive in fighting the drug problems. We've made some huge drug busts that's had a dramatic effect on the decrease in crime in the county. And we have a great place to live and a great place to raise our kids. And without good law enforcement, good education, quality of life, without that we wouldn't have it.
And what made you decide to run again?
Well, I thought very seriously about it, but I'm still enjoying my job. I'm not really retirement age yet. I could retire, but I'm still very enthusiastic about the job. I enjoy it, and I feel like I still have a lot to contribute. I probably take less time off from the job than a lot of my men does, but I want to do one more term. I'm not a career politician. I'm not there's a lot of talk about double dippers. I'm not a double dipper. I'm never retired, but I will retire after one more term.
Okay. What kind of major challenges do you see for the Sheriff's Department in the next 4 years?
Well, it's really some of the same challenges we've had in the last 4, and really, our economic downfall or our economic downtimes has really been a challenge for us. We've had to do a lot more with less. We haven't had a budget increase in the past 4 years, although we've seen inflation continue to grow like it always has. But everybody has just chipped in. Everybody, all the fine men and women at the Sheriff's Office have done a really good job. We've had to give a lot of different assignments and do a lot of different things. We've had to scale back on some things that I'd rather not and wish I had not have had to. But we still do the basic essential law enforcement. We still do traffic control, and of course we have everything that we used to have. There's some of the preventive measures that we used to do we no longer have, but we've cut our workforce by about 65 people, but we still met our budget, and that is a challenge. The growth of Santa Rosa County, as we all know, over the last 10 years, since the last census, the county grew over 40%, and that alone is a challenge. But we continue to meet that challenge, and we will in the future. But we'll just keep doing what we're doing and try to do it better every day, and hopefully with the economic times getting better, and we see that they are in Santa Rosa County, I think we soon will be able to go back with some of the preventive programs that we've had. But we're going to continue to fight very hard, fight crime in this county, and we're going to continue to make it a great place to live.
And tell voters what makes you uniquely qualified for the position, and why should they vote for you again, basically?
Well, of course, I have formal education. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I have 31 years experience. I worked in Escambia County, a lot larger agency, for 19 years. I've worked every aspect of law enforcement, pretty much everything from working in the jail all the way up to major crimes, homicides, and administrative work. Of course, for the past almost 12 years, I've been sheriff. That experience and leadership that I have gained through being the sheriff is something that neither of my opponents have. Their administrative experience, there's an awful lot to being sheriff, although a lot of it is administrative work, managing and being in charge of a somewhat sizable budget, managing a jail with over almost 600 inmates, having now about 360 employees, It takes a lot of experience, and having been sheriff for the past almost 12 years, as I said, gives me that experience, and it makes me very well qualified.
Santa Rosa Sheriff Wendell Hall, and candidate for the Sheriff's Office. We thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you for your time.